Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you could be notified when we release new content, that would be appreciated also. So I'm going to dip back into my Lost Classics series, and this time, instead of focusing on bands or albums from the 70s and even sometimes the 80s, I'm actually going to focus on an album that's only about, I guess maybe 9 years old, or it'll be 9 years old this year. And that would be the fifth album by Skeletonwitch, which is called Serpents Unleashed. So this band has been called everything from thrash to melodic death metal. And to give you a little backstory on how I discovered this band, I want to say it was back in 2010, I went to a Cannibal Corpse show at a local venue here in Jacksonville. And, I'm not a huge Cannibal Corpse fan. The Cookie Monster vocals and the death metal is just not really my speed. I'm a little more thrash, shred, guitar rock kind of guy. Not that they don't have that in death metal. It's just a form that it's not bad. It's just not something I listen to a lot. But I went to the concert anyway because it's fucking Cannibal Corpse. How can you not go see Cannibal Corpse, right? But my buddy was like, man, you got to check out this band and one of the opening bands called Skeletonwitch. And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, it's got the same kind of death metal vocals, but he's like, the music is very thrashy, almost Judas Priesty, in a sense. I was like, all right, that sounds cool. So we go to the show. There's a few other opening bands in the bill. Some of them might have been local. I'm not really sure. But pretty much every band under there was doing their best to sound like Cannibal Corpse, or at least play that same kind of music. So a couple of bands in, I'm like, all right, whatever. Then Skeletonwitch comes on and absolutely blew my fucking mind. Like I said, I'm not a big fan a lot of the Cookie Monster death metal type vocals. However, with this band, for whatever reason, the vocals, the thrashy guitars, the twin solos, everything about this band just blew me away. And I've been a fan ever since. I did get to see them several other times after that, and every time blew me away. And it's always so cool to see a band like that in a small venue. You get to hang out with them, you get to talk to them. Sometimes you get autographs like I have on this record. So really cool. So anyway, this album, Serpents Unleashed, it's their fifth album, was released on October 29, 2013. It was released on Prosthetic Records, which incidentally I think is the same label Lamb of God is either on or has been on for a good bit of their career. It was produced by a guy named Kurt Ballou. I don't have any information on him, whatever. Believe it or not, for as extreme a metal album as this actually did reach number 62 on the Billboard charts. Unfortunately, hasn't been certified gold, platinum, or anything else. But I do remember back in 2013, Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue, when he had his radio show Sixx Sense, and I don't remember that it had to be like an album of the week or something like that, or whatever it was. He did feature Skeletonwitch in this album as one of his albums of the week or albums of the year. I don't know what the bit was called, but they were featured prominently on one of his radio shows, which I'm sure was really, really good for them. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. All right, so we've got Skeletonwitch. This really cool cover. I don't know if, I don't have any information on the person that actually, the person or persons that actually did the artwork for this album. But all their albums have cool artwork and everything on the front. So here's the front cover. And you can see I've got a few signatures here and there. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. I think I've got what was maybe 4/5 of the band at the time to sign this. I don't know who I'm missing. Not like I can read the signatures. But anyway, there's the front cover. Here's the back cover. Right? And this album has a really, it has a gatefold. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. For a I wouldn't say low level band, but a band of their type of music and like a smaller label. They spared no expense as far as the gatefolds and the album artwork and everything else. So anyway, here's the gatefold, and on one side over here you've got the lyrics to the album. Good luck following along with that. And then over here, you've got liner notes and everything else. So really, really cool. This is just a one album set. So let's go ahead and pull out the inner sleeve. Let's go ahead and pull everything that's in here. All right. So we'll come back to this. So here's the inner sleeve. Nothing too special there until you go pull the record out. And then we're going to see something that I think is pretty fucking fancy, right? Really cool, man. Like black and red. I don't know if you really call that splatter. I'm not really sure what you call that, but it looks really cool to me. So on one side, it's just got the Skeletonwitch sticker in the middle. And then on the other side, if I can do this without messing the record up too bad, We've got the inner sticker in there that's got the band's name as well as a track listing for both sides. So again, really cool, really cool. And I bought this at a time where I was just getting back into vinyl, and I would say by getting back in, like I had 2 or 3 things that I thought were cool. You know, and again, a band like this, you know, with this kind of album work, with this kind of artwork and everything else that comes with it, I just thought it was something really cool to have. So I remember buying this back in like 2013 or so when it came out, and I really didn't get back into vinyl heavily for 2 or 3 more years after. So the last thing that's in the album that I think is really cool, the artwork that's on the front. You get a big giant copy of it here, and I don't know if I can get that whole thing on camera. Hopefully it is. You know, but I think that's really cool. That'd be cool, you know, something to frame and put up on the wall. But as a vinyl collector, I kind of prefer at this point in my life to keep things as they are with the albums, as opposed to when I was a kid and I would just hang up everything that came with the album, you know, cut things out, put up posters and all that. Come to find out years later, all that shit's worth money. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, so there we go. Skeletonwitch, Serpents Unleashed. So let's talk about the album for a bit. Reviews on this album were favorable. Were good. Again, this is a band that is described as thrash metal, melodic death metal, whatever. I guess it can be all those things, but musically, to me, it's a very thrashy band, but very melodic, like just like their description says. But I mean, just very heavy, very crunchy. And I think this album, like I said, this was their 5th album. And I think everything that they had done on their previous 4 albums really just came together in one here. And I don't know, in my opinion, that there's too many other, you know, thrash metal or death metal albums or whatever that are produced as well as this album is. Everything about this album sonically is absolutely perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. Track highlights, I mean, you start right at the beginning with Serpents Unleashed, the title track. Then it goes into, I guess maybe it was the original single that originally came out, I Am of Death. I don't know if we really called it a single, but it was a song that came out on YouTube before the album came out. The Evil Embrace starts off like real melodic or whatever, you know, just kind of slow, and then just rips into the core of the song. More Cruel Than Weak starts really slow with kind of like this eerie guitar intro, and then just, you know, again, just rips. And in my opinion, 32 minutes of absolute brutality. Short record, kind of reminiscent of Slayer in that way, you know, and I kind of like that. Sometimes, you know, I mean, I do like some progressive rock and some progressive metal, but for some reason, you know, like thrash albums from a band like Skeletonwitch or bands like Slayer, you know, I love the fact that they basically just come out there and kick your ass for like 10 or 11 songs for like 30, 35 minutes, and then they're done. But they managed to fit everything in there you need to hear, you know, dual guitar solos, lots of shredding, you know, amazing drums, everything. Unfortunately for this band, this was the last album with their original lead singer, Chance Garnett. He had some personal issues or whatever, and he left the band or was let go. I'm not really sure what the story is there. They have put out a couple more releases since then with 2 different singers. One was an EP, and then they put out another full-length album with a different singer. So that there was 2 different singers on those subsequent releases. I honestly, I was really hoping, even though they had a new singer, that musically it would still be just as explosive and just as brutal as this album is. And I really don't think the subsequent releases have really had the same power that this Skeletonwitch album and the ones before it had. Again, that's just my opinion. Other people might feel differently. You know, I don't know what the issues are with Chance Garnett. I know his brother, Nate, is the guitar player in the band, so I'm not really sure how Thanksgiving goes these days. I don't know. You know, but hopefully somewhere down the line, I'm not really sure how active they still are as a band, but it'd be cool somewhere down the line if they could get Chance back in the band and, you know, rip and run like they were doing for several years before this. So again, Serpents Unleashed, Skeletonwitch, probably a band most of you have never heard of, but you absolutely should. This is an absolute lost classic from 2013, and if you're into thrash metal, you're into death metal, check this band out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. That's all I've got for you today. Go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. Hit that notification bell. I've got some other things on my channel. I've got the rest of my Inside the Vinyl series where we talk about live albums. We also talk about lost classics like this and other albums that I don't think get enough attention that I think everyone should hear. I've also got my Unboxing the Vinyl series where we open up new albums, reissues, box sets, Sometimes we even open up CDs. It just depends on, on what's coming out. And I've also got some live coverage from some different festivals. Welcome to Rockville, Exit 111. I've got some Kiss footage, some other things. And last but not least, if you're into disc golf, I've got some very mediocre disc golf videos starring some very mediocre players, myself included. So again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
There you go, boy.